Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Before we get into the video, consider dropping a like and subscribing if you guys are new. This series helps me to grow the channel a lot, so if you enjoy this style of content, consider doing that. I do this every single week. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start off with what you can do to make some additional money this week in GTA Online. Starting off, the weekly challenge for $200,000 and a special mask this week is going to be to complete 4 waves of a survival in GTA Online. Now there's a couple survivals in the game, namely the Ludendorff Cemetery survival, which has been added back this week, so that's pretty cool, and it's also on bonus money this week as well. Ludendorff Cemetery survival is on triple money and triple RP this week, and I would highly recommend trying this out if you never have before, and even if you have tried it before, triple money and triple RP on this is not bad money actually, so I would recommend doing this. You're also going to get a $200,000 bonus for completing 4 waves of it, so you might as well give it a shot. Now under adversary modes we have Condemned, which is on double money and double RP for the remainder of this week. We also have the Ramius Slasher from last week carrying over, but no money bonus on that for this week. The Halloween Community Series jobs are also on double money and double RP this week as well, so I would recommend trying them out if you haven't already. And last but not least, by far the best money bonus of the week is going to be double money and double RP on counterfeit cash sale missions through the MC businesses. So it's going to be paying double this week. Now keep in mind also, if you have the car wash, the stock value of counterfeit cash itself is 35% more than if you do not have it. So if you have the car wash, basically on full stock, the counterfeit cash factory is going to be selling for just shy of $1 million every single time. So it's definitely something to be running this week if you guys have it. I know I am going to be running it this week and I'm going to be making a ton of money using it, and I would recommend you to do the same. Starting off with probably one of the best things going on this week is we have the Benefactor Krieger for free this week on the website. So if you have a Krieger already, I'd recommend selling it and then purchasing a Krieger for $0 on Legendary, because then at least you can get the sale money back out of your Krieger, but you're still going to get a Krieger. You're just going to have to upgrade it again. But I mean, not really a loss. You're still going to come out ahead by getting a free Krieger if you already had one and sell it. So I'd recommend selling one that you own and getting this one for free. You're going to come out positive. So it's a win-win. If you don't have a Krieger yet, I mean, it's free and it's a almost $3 million supercar. You should definitely be getting one while it's free. For further vehicle discounts, we have 30% off of pretty much everything that you guys are going to see that's on sale here. So we're starting off with the Fister Comet SR and the Anis Silvestre on Legendary Motorsport under the 2-door section. The Fister Comet SR is a fantastic sports car. It's one of the best sports cars in the entire game for racing as far as non-HSW cars go. It's got some good customization. It sounds absolutely awesome. The handling is phenomenal. It is a great driver's car, and for $801,000 I would say you should probably be purchasing one of these. And it's also had the missile lock-on jammer added as an available upgrade to it as well, which is an added bonus with the Fister Comet SR. So I highly recommend this car. You really cannot go wrong with owning one. I would recommend it for pretty much everybody. Now the Anis Silvestre, on the other hand, I recommend a little bit less, but it is a little bit cheaper than the Fister Comet SR, and it also does get that missile lock-on jammer upgrade for it, as well as having weapon modifications that can be applied through an MOC or an Avenger vehicle workshop. The Silvestre has got quite a bit of customization. It is a super sick car. It's fun to drive. It has decent enough handling. It's just not that fast overall. But if you want it for customization, which is, I would argue, what most people probably want it for, it's better than paying full price for it for sure. So if the Silvestre is on your list of vehicles that you want to buy before GTA 6 comes out, I would certainly buy it right now before it goes back to full price. You might as well get it 30% off. It's a pretty cool car. It looks good. It sounds good. It feels good to drive. It's just not exactly the fastest, like I said, but doesn't mean it's a bad car. Customization wise, this thing is pretty sweet. I would recommend it if you're interested in the Silvestre. If you're not overly interested in the Silvestre, I'd say you can avoid it pretty safely and you're not really missing out on too much. Scrolling further down on Legendary under the 2-door section again, we have the Lampadati Casco, which is actually a really cool and very underrated car. Going for $476,000 if you have the trade price, I believe, this week. If not, I think it's going to be going for around $600,000, which is still kind of a lot of money, but at the same time it's kind of fairly priced because this car is so cool. But Be advised, there's literally no customization for this vehicle whatsoever. But the reason to buy this vehicle is because A, it sounds absolutely fantastic. B, it is a classic looking car. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's very nostalgic. It is a very nostalgic car. It came out with the Heists update all the way back in 2014, and ever since then it's been a really, really sweet looking car in GTA. It sounds awesome, and a lot of people really don't drive it very often, so it's quite rare as well. I would highly recommend the Casco if you're even remotely interested in it. If you're not interested in it, you can safely avoid it. You don't need to purchase this thing by any means, but it is pretty underrated in my opinion, so I would recommend getting yourself a Casco if you're interested in cars that sound good or anything like that. Moving over to the motorcycles tab under Legendary Motorsport, we have the Western Power Surge discounted this week. This thing has a crazy speed glitch, and it's also a fully electric motorcycle, which is quite unique and quite interesting. Going for $1,123,500, not a terrible price considering what you're getting out of it. With the speed glitch, this thing can easily go about 160 miles per hour, but that is only when you're wheeling, so keep that in mind. You have to be at a constant wheelie in order to achieve those speeds. So in the corners, it's not going to fare very well, not with the speed glitch at least, but it is a pretty decent handling bike as well. So overall, if you want a fast bike, this is definitely a good one to get. I would recommend it. But if you're not interested in bikes or anything like that, you can pretty much avoid the Power Surge. You're not exactly missing out on the greatest bike ever made in GTA Online. Under the two-door section on Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we have the Fathom FR36 discounted by 30% off. This is one of the better drift tunable cars in GTA Online. It's got quite a bit of customization. It sounds decent. It looks pretty good. Overall, it's a pretty fun car. For $1,127,000, I feel like it's a little bit on the expensive side, but at the same time, it is a pretty awesome car to drive around in online, whether you have drift tuning on it or not. The Fathom FR36 is decent. I don't know that I'd pay this price for it, especially if I didn't really overly want the FR36 to begin with. But if you want the FR36, you should absolutely be buying it now while it's on discount. You might as well. As with the last couple of weeks, the hearse is on discount, $31,500. Buy it if you're even remotely interested, I would say. The Declasse Tornado Rat Rod is also discounted this week. I don't recommend it. I think it's very overpriced for what you're getting. It's not that cool of a vehicle, so I'd say to avoid that one personally. The Albany Lurcher is here as well, $455,000. It is a special edition vehicle. It is a Halloween collectible. If you want it for $455, buy it. If not, you can totally avoid it, and you're not really missing out on a hell of a lot. Next up, under the four-door section, we have the Benefactor Vorschlaghammer. It's 30% off this week, going for $1,253,000, which is still quite a bit for it. Although I do really like the Vorschlaghammer, and I actually think it's one of the best drift cars in the entire game. It is still kind of a lot of money in my opinion too, because this thing's not exactly the most customizable or the fastest or the best performing vehicle ever. It's a cool vehicle for sure, and it is good at drifting in my opinion at least. But for $1,253,000, I do feel like it is kind of expensive, although at full price it's also expensive, so kind of hard to say. If you really want one, I would say to get it now while it's on discount. But if you don't really care, you can really safely avoid buying it. You don't need to have this car at all. Scrolling further down, we have the Bravado Greenwood for $769,125. This is one of the cheapest ways to get into a fully Imani Tech capable vehicle in GTA Online, with the armor plating, the oil slick proximity mine dropper, and of course the missile lock-on jammer as well. For $769,000, that is of course the trade price. If you don't have the trade price, it's going to be right around $1 million. Regardless though, this is one of the cheapest Imani Tech capable, armor plating, slick mine dropper cars in the entire game, so you kind of really can't go wrong with it. And even as a muscle car, it's pretty good. It has decent enough handling. It's got the wheelie ability. The customization is okay as well. I'd say I recommend the Greenwood to pretty much everybody. Of course, we have the Albany Frankenstein discounted as well, again for $385,000. Another novelty, cool Halloween car. If you want it, buy it. If not, avoid it. It's fine either way. Under the luxury category on Southern, the Obey iWagon is discounted for $1,204,000. I would absolutely avoid purchasing this vehicle. It's pretty much terrible in every single way. The only thing that it's kind of redeeming at, I guess, is looks wise, if you are into Audi based SUVs. If you're not, you can still avoid it. You're not missing out on much. I'd say for most people, you're going to want to avoid the iWagon. And of course, last but not least, under motorcycles, we have the LCC Sanctus discounted by 30% off this week. Again, another cool novelty Halloween item. If you want it, buy it. If not, avoid it. It is really expensive for what you're getting though, by the way. So I'd say for most people, you should probably actually not purchase the Sanctus this week. And then on Warstock, we have the Vapid Winky. Don't even bother. Please don't bother. It's so slow. It's not that cool. Customization wise, I will say it is really cool, but other than that, it's nothing special. And it can barely make it up hills. It's a miserable driving experience, as you might expect. I'd say just avoid the Winky in general, to be honest. And how could I forget? The Buckingham Shamal is also discounted, and you should absolutely not purchase it. It's a joke. It's a Pegasus vehicle. That's all it is. 805,000 for a Pegasus vehicle is crazy to me. I'd say avoid it. Within the casino, the Vapid Dominator ASP is the podium vehicle available to be won this week. You should absolutely be coming here and trying to win it as soon as possible. As you guys can see, the Halloween filter also goes on at nighttime, but in the LS car meet, we have the Classique Broadway, able to be won from the LS car meet for placing top 4 for 2 days in a row. Not a terribly hard challenge. This thing actually is a taxi as well, so if you want to use it for taxi deliveries, you can do that as well, which is kind of interesting. Now to move on to the other vehicles in here, we have the Dubachi Massacre race car, the Benefactor Feltzer, and the Dinka Jester race car. All three of these are definitely good purchases to make. They're all pretty cheap. The race cars are a little bit more expensive than the regular Feltzer, going for $350 for the Jester. The Feltzer is $145,000, and of course the Dubachi Massacre race car is $385,000. All of these are awesome. I highly recommend all of them, to be completely honest. There's nothing really wrong with any of them. Out of them all though, the best value for your money is going to be the Feltzer, but other than that, I mean, they're all sick, so I'd recommend all of them if you can afford it, of course. The Weaponized Ignis is the HSW test ride for the week. If you want to purchase this thing as is, it's going to be $5,245,000, which is a lot of money. So I don't know that I fully recommend that, but if you want it, it is there. These are the vehicles available to be stolen from the salvage yard. The Canna Seminole Frontier can be got by completing the Gangbanger robbery. The Uberbox Cypher can be got by completing the cargo ship robbery, and the Fister Neon can be got by completing the Duggan robbery. Within the Garment Factory, the Brute Force file is the priority file of the week. Within Simians, we have a few of the vehicles we talked about already, the Hearse, the DeClassic Tornado Rat Rod, and the Albany Frankenstein, but we also have the Volcar Fagaloa in here available if you guys want to purchase it. It is going for, let's see, $363,500. Pretty fair price, all things considered. A little on the expensive side, but it is a pretty cool looking car. It's also pretty fun to drive. The DeClassic Vanmos is here, not discounted, going for $622,000, which seems like a lot of money for what you're getting, especially for a car that's this unstable at high speed. I don't really recommend this one. I don't think you're going to enjoy it that much. Within luxury autos, we have the Invitero Cockpit D1 with a special livery on it, and we also have the Benefactor Krieger in here as well, which is pretty interesting. Nice to see a little bit of an older car in luxury autos for once. The gun van location today can be found right here inside the factory, and within the gun van, the heavy rifle is 40% off. There's also a bunch of stuff discounted for GTA Plus, but you should definitely get the combat shotgun, the Shocker, the tactical SMG, the Widowmaker, Up and Atomizer, and Unholy Hellbringer. They're all very good weapons. For your time trials this week, your RC Bandito is Construction Site 1, your Junk Energy is Sewer System, your regular time trial is LSIA 2, and your HSW time trial is Ron Alternates to Elysian Island. So it's going to start all the way up here, and it's going to end up right here at the very bottom of this dock. Anyway guys, there you have it. That's been it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video or you learned something, dislike if you didn't, of course. And with that being said, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Peace.